Knull, an ancient god that existed before creation itself. When light appeared, when the universe began expanding, Knull saw it as a violation. So he fought back. He didn't build armies, he created them. From the void, from living darkness, from nothing. That's where symbiotes come from. Not science, not accidents, creation through hate. They weren't designed to bond, they were designed to consume, to spread, to erase. But something went wrong. They evolved, they learned, they rebelled, and that rebellion created everything that came next. Venom, the first connection. Venom wasn't the first symbiote, but he was the first to matter, because he found something the others didn't. A host, a connection. When the symbiote reached Earth, it didn't arrive as a monster. It arrived as a suit. It bonded first with Peter Parker. And for a moment, it worked. It enhanced him, made him stronger, faster, better. But symbiotes don't just give, they take. It fed on Peter, not physically, emotionally, amplifying aggression, pushing control. When Peter rejected it, it didn't let go quietly. It remembered him. And that's what made Venom different. Because when it bonded with Eddie Brock, it carried Peter's memories, his hatred, his identity. That's why Venom isn't just a symbiote. It's personal, stronger than Spider-Man, more brutal, and unlike most symbiotes, capable of becoming something else. Not just a villain, not just a parasite, something in between. Carnage, worse than the symbiote. Venom created something, and that something was a mistake, because symbiotes reproduce, and their offspring? Always stronger. Carnage wasn't just a new symbiote. It was bonded differently, not to skin, to blood. Its host, Cletus Cassidy. A serial killer, pure chaos. No morality, no restraint, no hesitation. And that changed everything. Because Carnage didn't need control. It didn't need influence. Host and symbiote were the exact same thing. Carnage has greater strength than Venom, faster regeneration, weaponized tendrils, complete lack of empathy. It doesn't hesitate. It doesn't plan. It destroys. And because it's bonded at a molecular level, you can't separate it. You can only stop it. And even that is temporary. The Life Foundation symbiotes, humans always try to control what they don't understand. Symbiotes were no exception. The Life Foundation took Venom and forced it to reproduce. 5 offspring, 5 experiments, each one different, each one unstable. Scream. Scream is control breaking down, bonded to a fragile mind. It became unpredictable. It uses hair-like tendrils, enhanced strength, camouflage abilities. But its biggest trait? Instability. It doesn't just fight, it unravels. Riot. Riot is pure aggression. No subtlety, no hesitation. It creates blades, axes, hammers, projectile weapons. It doesn't adapt, it overwhelms. Lasher. Lasher specializes in control. Multiple tendrils, extended reach, multiple targets. It doesn't just attack, it traps. Phage. Phage is precision. Blades, sharp weapons, targeted strikes. It doesn't waste movement. Everything is lethal. Agony. Agony is chemical warfare. Acid generation, chemical absorption, environmental manipulation. It changes the battlefield itself. Hybrid. When symbiotes merge, 4 symbiotes, 1 body, hybrid is what happens when survival overrides individuality. Riot, Phage, Lasher, Agony combined, all abilities stacked, all instincts active. But one problem remains: too many voices, too many decisions. Power without unity. Toxin, the perfect predator. Carnage created Toxin, and even Carnage was afraid, because every generation gets stronger. Toxin is stronger than Venom, stronger than Carnage, more durable, more aggressive. Its evolution reaching a peak, but there's a catch. It depends on the host, because unlike Carnage, Toxin can be guided, which makes it dangerous in a different way. Anti-Venom, the opposite of everything. Every symbiote corrupts. Anti-Venom doesn't. It purifies, created through energy manipulation. It becomes the natural enemy of symbiotes. It can remove toxins, heal damage, destroy other symbiotes, negate powers. It's not infection. It's correction. But it lacks one thing: growth. It doesn't evolve like the others. Scorn, the technological evolution. Scorn isn't limited to biology. It merges with machines. Weapons, system, technology. It turns everything into an extension of itself. It can control machines instantly, fuse with weapons, create tech-based attacks. It's not just a symbiote, it's integration. Mania, the unstable creation. Mania was forced, artificial, unnatural, and it shows. It doesn't bond easily. It rejects hosts, destroys them, until it finds one it can control. Mania is violent, unpredictable, hostile even to its own purpose. It doesn't just fight, it resists existence. Zazix, the symbiote feeds differently. Most symbiotes feed on adrenaline. This one feeds on brains. That changes everything. Because it doesn't just bond, it consumes, it removes identity, turns hosts into empty shells. It's not a parasite, it's extinction. Agent Venom, control through discipline. Not all symbiotes become monsters. Some are controlled. Flash Thompson proved that. As Agent Venom, the symbiote becomes a weapon, used with discipline, precision, military structure. But even then, control is temporary, because symbiotes always push back. Sleeper, the quiet evolution. Sleeper is different. It doesn't overpower, it manipulates. It uses chemicals, stealth, psychological control. It doesn't need strength. It wins before the fight begins. The truth about symbiotes. They're not just creatures. They're a system, a hierarchy, a progression. From Venom Connection, Carnage Chaos, Toxin Evolution, Anti-Venom Opposition, Scorn Adaptation. Each one building on the last. Each one pushing further. And all of them tracing back to one source. Knull, the god of symbiotes. Every symbiote comes from him. Every evolution, every mutation, every invasion. Knull didn't just create symbiotes. He created a system that evolves without him. And that's what makes them dangerous, because they don't need their creator anymore. Symbiotes don't stay the same. They grow, they adapt, they evolve. And every time a new one is born, it brings something stronger, something darker, something harder to stop. Because in the Marvel Universe, the symbiote story isn't ending. It's just getting worse.